Hello friends, this is Feroz Bubere. Today we are going to learn about weathering. If you haven't subscribed our channel, subscribe my channel FB Educare and follow me on Instagram for more videos on geography, history and English grammar. Today we will learn about the process of weathering. Let's begin. Before we learn about the process of weathering, let's get some more information about the earth. Earth is made up of rocks and rocks are made up of many minerals. Let's try to find out the answer to this question. What is mineral? Minerals are naturally occurring inorganic compounds having internal structure and chemical compositions. Some of the minerals are feldspar, quartz, mica, topaz, and gypsum. Let's try to find out the answer to this question. What is rock? A rock is a mixture or an aggregate of various minerals. Some of the examples of rocks are granite, limestone, sandstone, and basalt. Let me start my explanation with this simple question. What is weathering? Weathering is a process by which rocks are broken into smaller pieces. Or we can also say that the physical and chemical process that break down rocks on the earth's surface. There are three types of weathering. First one, mechanical weathering, which is also called as physical weathering. Second one, chemical weathering, and the third one, biological weathering. Mechanical weathering is very common in dry climate. Chemical weathering is very common in humid climate, and biological weathering occurs due to living organisms. Mechanical weathering. The first process under mechanical weathering is exfoliation. In order to understand exfoliation, take an onion and cut it in the middle. Try to remove each skin layer of the onion. You will notice that as you can remove each outer layer of the onion, similarly in nature, rocks also go through the same process. Outer part of the rocks heat more, while the inner part of the rocks are comparatively cooler. As a result, outer layers of the rocks separate from the main rock due to difference in temperature. This is called exfoliation of the rock. You can remove each layer of the rock which has gone through the process of exfoliation. Mechanical weathering mainly occurs because of temperature, frost, crystal growth, and water. Temperature plays a very important role in weathering. The minerals in the rocks expand because of heat and contract when temperature decreases. Due to such continuous expansion and contraction, tension develops in the rocks. Each mineral reacts differently to the temperature. Some minerals expand more, while other minerals do not expand. Due to such continuous expansion and contraction, the tension develops in the rocks and rocks break down into two parts. This type of weathering is very common in desert areas. Frost weathering. Observe the given picture. You can see that the water has got collected in the cracks of the rock. You know that the volume of water increases when it freezes. In areas where the temperature drops below 0 degrees Celsius for quite some time, mostly during the night, the water which has got accumulated in the cracks freezes. When it freezes, its volume increases. That means the water turns into ice. This leads to expansion of rocks at night, and the next day when the temperature will increase, the ice will get converted into water, and this will lead to the contraction of the rock. This process of expansion and contraction goes on for years and years, and ultimately the rocks break into two parts. This process is called as shattering. Crystal growth. In rocky coast, the sea waves hit the sea coast. The water is alkaline. Some water droplets hit the cracks in the rocks. In this alkaline water, the soluble minerals present in the rock get dissolved. And this leads to the formation of small holes in the rocks. And this is called as the effect of solution. Alkaline water gets stored in these holes. Because of heat, this water turns into water vapor, and only crystals of alkaline materials remain in the rocks. Crystals occupy more space, and this causes tension in the rocks. Holes are formed in the rocks, and it looks like a honeycomb. Water also plays a very important role in weathering. Some areas experience more rainfall than others. In such areas where rainfall is more, soaking of water also causes weathering. Weathering of some rocks like sandstone and conglomerate. These rocks are formed because of pressure on the agglomeration of sand particles. Agglomeration is an assemblage of sand particles, and mud makes these sand particles come together. When the water penetrates such rocks, the particles get separated. This is called as the granular weathering.